brilliant player can get a strong hand cracked, go on tilt, and lose his mind along with every single chip in front of him. This is why the World Series of Poker is decided over a no-limit hold'em table. Some people, pros even, won't play no limit. They can't handle the swings.
That's Matt Damon in the 1998 movie Rounders, about the big risk, big money world of professional poker, where players can spend a lifetime getting to the top. Then there's the story of Maria Konnikova. In just a year and a half, she went from not knowing the difference between a pair and a flush to being a poker champion with an endorsement deal on the Pro Tour. Konnikova put a successful writing career on hold to immerse herself in the game. How and why she did it is the subject of her fascinating new book released just this week, The Biggest Bluff. With this bet at the 2018 PokerStars Caribbean Adventure, Maria Konnikova called her opponent's bluff, winning nearly $85,000 and staking her place in the high-stakes world of professional poker.
So this is your first taste of a big victory in a poker tournament. What does it feel like?
It feels really amazing.
It was a stunning victory for someone who had only been playing the game for 1 year. Had you played poker at that point ever?
Never. I'd never played a single hand of poker. I didn't know the rules. I didn't know the last thing or the first thing about poker. I have a slightly non-traditional background.
She did know about psychology. Konnikova put a PhD to use writing books and contributing articles to The New Yorker. But when she and her family suffered a series of devastating hardships, Konnikova became unnerved and turned, of all places, to cards. How do you find the way to write about that? I mean, poker doesn't jump to mind when I think of that.
No, and it didn't jump to my mind. I just started reading voraciously everything I could find about chance, about luck.
She came across one of the 20th century's top thinkers in science and math, John von Neumann, and his foundational text on game theory.
Not only was von Neumann a poker player, but poker was the basis of game theory.
According to Konnikova, von Neumann believed no-limit Texas Hold'em represented the perfect combination of the known and unknown, making poker the ideal proxy for life.
I have my cards that I know. You have yours that you know. There are cards that we have in common that we can both see. But then we have to make the best decisions we can with incomplete information, with what we know. And I thought, this might be a way in. Why don't I learn to play the game and actually use that as a story arc to explore chance?
Konnikova may have defied the odds, but she had an ace in the hole.
Seidel's got control of the action, though. He's the pre-flop raiser.
Erik Seidel. She convinced the 8-time World Series of Poker champion with more than $30 million in lifetime earnings to coach her for a year while she worked on the book.
I call.
Seidel makes the call. Incredible. Wow.
I didn't know Erik Seidel from Bob Smith.
Fall for the bait.
Then I realized that he was the guy in Rounders. He was the guy in the red visor who came in second in the 1988 World Series.
He doesn't know what hit him.
Man, I know what that feels like.
And then somehow, miraculously, he ended up agreeing to do this.
I love the concept. I went back and read a few of her New Yorker articles, and I thought, this is really going to be a fun challenge.
So how do you go about figuring out how to then teach somebody?
Well, that was the funny thing. That's why I was surprised she picked me, because I'm not known as a teacher at all.
Seidel started with homework, assigning books on the game for his apprentice to read, which led to a running dialogue about how to think through a hand.
Because I was such a newbie and had never played before, I just want him to tell me, how do I play these two cards? What do I do here? Tell me, do I fold? Do I raise? Do I do?
Give me the answer.
Give me the answer. And he never did. No matter how much I begged him, he would say, well, let's think it through.
In the book, Konnikova chronicles her journey from daily online tournaments on her laptop all the way to the seaside city of Monte Carlo.
I mean, it's James Bondville. It's kind of this tiny, tiny postage stamp of a country. It's on a cliff over the Mediterranean. Beautiful, pristine beaches. Everyone is rich. Yeah. And everyone actually is rich. You have to be quite wealthy to live in Monte Carlo. And it runs on casinos.
It's where Konnikova debunked a common misperception. We all talk about a poker face. There's so much more to trying to read someone than just looking at their face at a poker table.
Absolutely. And in fact, what I learned is that looking at a face is counterproductive. What the research shows is that a lot more tells if you're looking for something physical are in the hands.
Poker hands.
Poker hands. That we should be much more concerned about the information our hands are giving off.
It wasn't all glitz and glamour. Konnikova writes about the highs and the lows, like failing in her first appearance at the World Series of Poker in Las Vegas, which she says is like setting $10,000 on fire, along with the challenges of breaking into a world that's 97% male.
I've been called everything under the sun at the poker table. I've been propositioned at a poker table, actually propositioned. You can go days and days and days without seeing another woman, and it breaks my heart that there's an image, some deserved, some not, of why women don't play the game.
Hand by hand, Konnikova discovered that, unlike other forms of gambling, poker is a game of skill, not chance. As she puts it, you can win with the worst hand or lose with the best. It's something she learned firsthand in the Caribbean. Before taking home that first trophy, she was nearly knocked out of the tournament after losing with pocket aces, the best hand you can be dealt.
Erik was watching, and he saw the hand, and he said, yeah, you messed up. Nice way of putting it, but
he all along had been teaching you gotta...
But he said, put it behind you.
Which is such a great lesson in life. We're all gonna mess up.
Exactly. He said, move on, forget it, put it out of your mind, were his exact words.
Yeah.
Put it out of your mind. And just take it one hand at a time.
It's one of many lessons Konnikova has learned from poker, why she fell in love with the game and continues to play professionally.
You have to be okay with the fact that you don't control it all. You can do everything in your power, and yet variance, chance, the noise of the universe, it's never going to go away. I think we need to kind of bluff ourselves that we have more control than we actually do. You can't control the cards. You can't control the other players. But you can control your own strategy. You can control your own mind, how you think about things, how you react to things, what you take from experiences. This is all on you, and that's what your focus should be.